feet. Touchdown, Ravens!
What a play by the Ravens. It's going to result in a touchdown.
Play action. Pass is caught. That's going to be a first down for the Ravens.
40, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Ravens! And the crowd goes wild.
Episode 10, we have not gotten canceled yet, so that's a good start.
Yep. No copyright issues. So.
That is.
Yep.
So we're back after homecoming week.
Yep.
You know, it was a good weekend with all the festivities and seeing all the family and friends and alumni, and just hearing some of the things that they got to participate in.
Yep.
You know, after the game and everything, talking with people.
Street fair was cool. My kids rode the Ferris wheel. 2 of the 3 kids rode the Ferris wheel. Roger was a little scared of heights.
Yeah.
Caleb and Peyton went up to the top. They said they enjoyed it, so that was
Okay.
cool.
Let's
Got to go with Mom and Grandma came to visit too, so
That's
you know,
great.
gotta enjoy that.
That's cool. I also know the families that visited as well. They were eyeing it up the entire time we're doing the campus tour, so I kind of dropped them back off at the end and let them ride the Ferris wheel. So
This is the first time we
Yeah.
did the Ferris wheel, right?
Yeah.
That thing, I didn't even, like at night I thought it was like a roller coaster thing, and then I saw it was a Ferris wheel. I'm like, dang, I wish I could get on.
roller coaster through campus would
Yeah.
be crazy.
Like
Well,
one
they
of
had
those
a
power
train
drop
though.
things.
They did have like a little train, so it was like a little kid train. Roger said, "Dad, there was a little train with a big guy driving it." So don't know who the big guy was, but shout out to that guy for driving my kids around on a train.
That's awesome.
So I mean, I know we didn't come out on top, but is there any highlights or anything that kind of stuck out to you guys?
It was really cool. Obviously, we're gonna have Duffy on here in a little bit. I thought it was cool to kind of see him blossom. Same with Semi Turner, freshman wide receiver. He kind of stepped into his own a little bit this weekend. Had some nice catches, had some nice first downs. So I'd say those 2 were big highlights, especially on the offensive side.
Yeah, it was nice to see some of those guys kind of step up. I know Semi, this was kind of like his breakout game. You know,
Mhm.
the conference got to see who he is, and the team got to see who he is. You know, it's nice to hear the guys rally behind him. You know, I know last week he got in at Bluffton to catch some punts for us.
Mhm.
So a small role kind of transitioned into something a little bit bigger. You know, based on personnel that we had out there, so that was good. And then Dunson, you know, it was nice for him to come back. You know, he had a first game versus Alfred State. He had a couple catches and those type of things. And then, you know, we kind of got banged up those few weeks after. But, you know, it's, like you said, it was nice to see him kind of blossom and step up and make some plays for us.
Yeah.
How about you, Coach?
Yeah, definitely those guys, did well coming up with some big catches. Defensively, Elijah Hearns had a highlight reel, pick on the sideline. That was an awesome play. That ball, hung up in the air, toe tapped right there on the sideline.
Yeah.
It was an impressive catch on his spot right in front of me too. I was hyped for him. First college pick, of his career. He's done a really good job, for us there. I think. Unsung hero of the game, as well too. Coming from the stands, Jonathan Hayes,
Yes.
brief freshman
Yes.
defensive end, little brother, leading some big time chants in the stands,
Juice man.
getting the entire crowd hyped. So that was cool to see. You got to throw some love over to him too, because it's great when the families are supportive, and cool when the little man steps up and does some cool stuff for us.
I know, especially being in the booth, I kept hearing like the stands rattling. I was like, "What in the heck?" And I flipped my headset up. I looked down. I see his little brother running up and down the bleachers, going crazy. I was like, "Okay." And I know everybody thought it was Coach Barksdale's kid, and then somebody told me it was Jonathan Hayward Dupree's kid. So looks like we're gonna have our first 8th grade Raven.
There we go.
There
Yes.
we go.
So any other guys with young siblings out there? Let's get them out. Let's get them running around,
Yep.
and let's make some noise.
We need the Coddington kids out there stomping around in the bleachers.
Yeah, the focus isn't quite there yet,
Yes.
so we'll get there eventually.
Yeah, we got to make sure we get Jonathan's brother like a juice man wristband or something.
Have to.
Definitely a juice
We gotta
man.
get
Definitely a
something.
juice man.
Honorary water boy or captain next home game.
There we
We'll
go.
make him a graphic, post on Twitter for him. That was awesome
but,
stuff.
Like I said, it all aids into that game day experience, though.
Mhm.
And it's like, for me, that was one thing that kind of stuck out too. Was just the energy that we had at the game. Despite the score, guys are getting in. The second and third group guys playing, and some of the starters rallying behind those guys, and just seeing other people run our offense, run the defense, and do the procedures and everything that goes into being on the football team. It was good to see those guys get some opportunities.
No, I agree.
Leonard Rand, another big juice dude on the sidelines.
The biggest
Yep.
juice man of them all.
Without
This
a
year,
doubt.
He's been the juiciest all year,
Mhm.
consistently, day in, day out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I know we're going to hit on it here in a minute. He's also awesome during the kind of teach one to lead one segment. If we want to kind of lead way into that, he does an awesome job with that. He wanted to get the Ric Flair chant started when we walked in, and those kids were looking at him like, what in the heck are you doing? But yeah, Leonard's an awesome guy. He's been doing awesome. I know he's hurt right now, but he's been stepping up in that way. So it's been really cool to see.
Yeah.
You mind taking us through the teach one to lead one?
Yeah, so every Thursday, so it's sophomores and up for our football team are able to kind of go into a middle school here, local in town in Anderson, and just kind of teach them about different things. Last week we kind of hit on integrity, and we kind of take them through different words or different things that we use in our everyday life, and it's been a really cool experience. Definitely teaches us a lot about patience, and it's been really cool. Our classroom is definitely an interesting one, but definitely a fun one. They're very energetic, and Connor Huffman and Leonard Rand do a really good job kind of holding it down. Same with Carson as well. So
Yeah, I know my group is great, and I just love the energy walking into the classroom. You know, these we're working with sixth graders, and they love when the college football guys come into the class for that hour on Thursday. And as soon as we walk into the class, you guys win the game. You guys win the game.
Yeah.
What you guys do? Oh, coach, you got to make them do this. You got to make them do that. And they always want to go outside and play football. But
Yeah.
we're not here for football practice. We're here to develop universal principles. So let's talk about integrity today,
Yeah.
class.
Mhm.
But like I said, it's great energy, and you know they're starting to get a lot more responsive, and it's cool to even hear their stories and when they apply these universal principles
Yep.
in their at-home life and other situations.
Yep.
Most definitely. Teach One to Lead One, definitely a cool organization, great partner. You know, for us, we were excited to get to kind of step in and partner with them in this community, and we're in 3 different classrooms right now, kind of with groups of our guys. I love watching our guys teach the content. Because number one, it's also content that we're trying to instill in our program. It's all great stuff. It's like what you said, the universal principles that they talk about are universal throughout every age of life. No matter your situation, these are things that like respect, like integrity, that you just have to, you got to get good at, and we need these in our world. And so for our guys to get to go in and teach middle schoolers, it's just cool to get to watch them do that. And this program, our football program, it's a heck of a lot more than just football. We love the football aspect, but we do a lot more. And even in season, in the busy day-to-day schedule of practice, meetings, game plan, workouts, getting the stuff done, to be able to kind of take an hour a week to go, try to pour back into our local community, I think is huge. And I think in turn too, I think, our guys are getting a lot out of it as well too. And so it's been a cool thing. And, man, aside from that, there's been a lot of other stuff that we've been doing, too, what Coach, what have you particularly enjoyed, over the course of, kind of this fall semester so far?
Throughout this semester, there's been a lot going on, but I think it's really great. I want to shine some light. It was about a week or 2 ago. We had a couple guys get baptized recently here at I-Town, which is one of the local churches in the area that a handful of our guys go to. And Travis Moon and Dramont Guilford. Travis, he's a junior.
Yep.
Junior engineer major from Georgia. And then Dramont Guilford, he's a freshman from Fort Wayne. And at first it just started off with just Travis going. And I know myself and about 2 other guys that play football. Me and Travis, we had a small Bible study going on Tuesdays. And like I said, he invited me to his baptism, and it was great to be there and support him in that moment. And then I turn around and I see Dramont, and I was just like, okay,
let's go.
Two of our guys are out here.
Yep.
And that was great. And I-Town's a big church, but as these guys are waiting in line to get baptized, I look across the stage and I see about 4 or 5 guys, there supporting our players, their teammates in this moment, and it was great. Duffy, who was going to be on the bit, he was there. A couple other of our upperclassmen were there too. So, that was great, and it's always great when guys kind of step into their faith and go down that path for themselves and start to just engulf themselves with the Word and Christ. So it was good.
Absolutely. And then so those two, kind of make number 2 and number 3, of the year. Jake Simpson, linebacker captain for us back during training camp, got baptized, when we went to church together as a team at Eastside, and it's cool. It is without a doubt really cool to see our guys, take those public steps, in faith and profess to say that, hey, this is, I'm following Jesus and this is what I want to, center my life around. And for anybody that is a part of our program or maybe is considering being a part of our program, I think that AU, both the university and the football program, is a cool place to be able to develop in your faith, because there are some places out there that are going to be very exclusive, that you have to live and operate in a certain way to be there, and that's not the way that we do things necessarily. While at the same time we're going to be who we are and share the love of Christ with people, and so it's like you can be strong in your faith and grow really deep in your faith while you're here, and find opportunities to be discipled and to really put down some really strong roots spiritually. You could also come here and not really have a whole lot of faith or religious experience, and kind of explore that for the first time and learn. And while we're never going to be the group of people that tries to hit you over the head with the Bible or anything like that, we're gonna share what has happened in our lives and how God has impacted us and in so many ways, and in turn be able to kind of just share that love. And so I think a lot of guys have been able to see that kind of through their time here. And I know that back when I was a student, that was one of the things that drew me to AU was the opportunity for encouragement in faith, that there's so many people around that are going to love you and encourage you. And out of those people, I think that you said that was at the baptisms, we had a professor there as well too. One of the professors in the Cinema Media Arts program was there, and it's like, man, how cool is that you got professors, you got coaches, you got teammates all coming around you to support you and encourage you, and in that one big moment, but also in everyday life after that as well too, because it's like those baptisms, that is a big moment, but then you got to follow that up with a daily life of, right now, how do I walk in that faith? And I think there's a lot of opportunity to learn how to do that here, and we are never going to be perfect in that. Like, we're going to screw up, and I've already screwed up a million times this week, and but we're walking in that way, and trying to continue to grow and help all of our guys grow at the same time.
And it's funny, like last night I was talking with the guy who used to play for us last season, and he was saying, like, it's boring not playing football no more. And I'm like, you're right, man. Being here, when you came here to be a part of the sports team and everything, being here and not being able to do that is tough. But if you're not playing the sport, then you're here for the faith. And if you're not here for that, then you're here for your academic field. But it's pretty much your faith or your sport that's going to occupy a lot of your time while you're here at college. And if you're not in a sport or not looking to better yourself in your faith, then that's going to open up a lot of rooms for a lot of distractions and outside things to get in. It was just good to hear this person say that and understand it and kind of make that growth public and spoke it out. So I agree 100%. AU is the bomb.
And kind of like what you were just saying, I think even what I know Coach Adams kind of gave a speech on it earlier in the season, so many people identify themselves through football, and it's really tough to kind of untie that. I know I kind of struggled with that when I first got out of college, because you're just tied up so much into your performance, so much into how you play versus your faith or other things to kind of occupy your time, like you said. And it's a tough reality once you get out of college to kind of find what you love and what you're passionate about. So that's why I always try to advise guys to learn more about their faith now and learn what you like to do outside of football, because it becomes kind of a tough road outside of football when you're not in it. So
put your identity in something that'll never change.
Yep.
That's your relationship
that
with
is
Christ.
without a doubt. Without a doubt.
All right. So next, you said we got Adam Dunson coming in today.
Adam Dunson, Mr. Duffy.
All right, let's go. So let's get him on the set and see what he has to say.
All right, guys, welcome to the film room. Today we've got junior receiver Adam Dunson, goes by Duffy. Duffy, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So let's kind of rewind a little bit. Before we hop into some of the film. Obviously, great to have you. Here as part of the program. We were really excited. Kind of through the recruiting process last year to get you here. Tell us just about why AU? Why'd you choose to be here?
So I was at Indiana Wesleyan, went to the portal, and then I just felt a lot of love from here. You reached out, called me, texted me, And then Coach Johnson, he texted me and called me when I was at home, and we just talked for a good 30, 40 minutes. And it just felt different because I felt like you guys actually cared, and that's where I wanted to go next, was somewhere where they actually cared and, you know, took care of me on the field and off the field as a person. So I really appreciated that, and I ended up here. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, what's been some of your favorite things, you know, since being a part of the program?
Since being here, I love joking around with the guys. I mean, all the guys are awesome. We have a great time on the field. You know, sometimes, you know, we're just having fun joking before practice, then lock in. But then in the dorms is fun as well. And then, you know, going over, hanging out with some of the guys off campus. And so it's just been great with the community. So I'd say that for sure.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, cool. No, definitely a lot of great relationships. You know, a lot of good football as well too. You know, so excited to continue to go. You know, see it develop throughout the season. But you know, this past week, you know, had several good catches. Had a really good, you know, first half. 4 catches there. You know, just in that first half. You know, let's kind of dive into a couple of them. You know, here. So, you know, this first one here was on a big, you know, kind of a big situation. You know, 3rd down, 3rd and 6. You know, kind of in these situations, obviously, you know, everybody knows that, you know, it's probably going to be a pass, you know, more often than not. And so, you know, a lot of times teams play man coverage and, you know, go from there. Now, as you start to prep throughout the game week, what are some things, you know, that you're looking for as far as defensive backs, as far as what the game plan is going to be? You know, what's your preparation like, you know, week going into the game, maybe especially for some of these big moments?
When we watch film and stuff like that, I like to see how, you know, physical the DBs are, how far off the ball they are. Just like, yeah, physical, like do they get hands on or not, because that determines a lot for, you know, how you want to run your routes and breaking points and, you know, how smooth the transition is, because it's not always going to be smooth getting A to B, but just kind of working through some of those things, I'd say.
Yep, for sure. Well, we knew going in, you know, they were going to play some man coverage in these situations. You know, we knew that they had some bigger, some physical corners, you know, as well too. So now in this play specifically, you know, we're running, you know, kind of our mesh concept, and you're meshing with, you know, Gabe, who's on the other side, you know, with you here. Now, what is, you know, kind of the key? What got you some separation here? What got you open on this play?
So Gabe ran a really good route and kind of picked I believe it was a safety for me, or the other guy rolling down, or yeah, he picked someone for me. So that created a really good rub, and he was a big reason why I got the ball in that play.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you guys mesh, you know, we talk about obviously having a really tight mesh every single time. You know, them not being able to kind of stay with that. You know, the tighter that you guys are, and you guys did a good job of that. And sometimes we don't know which one's going to pop open. You know, when that happens, it happened to be, you know, you. It happened to be some other guys later on. You know, and then, you know, at this point, you know, you're kind of past that. You've got some options, you know, to be able to go from here. A lot of green grass in front of you. Stay on the move, catch and run, and you know, picking up that big first down for us. Now let's, you know, kind of go ahead to later on, actually, you know, kind of that, you know, next drive. You know, now we're in the second quarter, you know, going the other direction. You know, starting out this drive, you know, we go with a little bit of a hard count. You know, Zach does a good job, you know, with the cadence there, gets almost the entire D-line to jump off sides, you know, which is great. Center snaps the ball. Okay, so now we're in a free play situation. Okay, so what's kind of going through your mind as you see that ball snaps on this free play?
So we're just trying to get yards at that point, because it's it's free. So even if we throw a pick or if I drop it, like, it's not really the end of the world. So I try to get hands on. Coach Monty is big on talking about, you know, fight pressure with pressure, and I knew he was going to be physical and put his hands on me. So I just remembered that and tried to work some of those hand techniques and just try to get open.
Yep, awesome. Got the hand swiped off there, kind of getting that initial, you know, phase of contact out. Now he's in your hip, kind of looking at you. See that ball, you know, up. It's a little bit short. We're able to come back, you know, for it right there as he's turned around, and great job securing the catch. You know, turned out to be, you know, our biggest explosive play of the game, which, you know, we talk about. Obviously, those explosives are so important, being able to, you know, eat up big chunks of yards. You know, the likelihood of scoring, you know, off of those, you know, becomes astronomical. I mean, that's one of the things that we talk about of how do we want to win games. We need explosives. Sometimes it comes with, you know, different, you know, types of plays. Sometimes it's just one guy going up there. Wasn't even a play call, but you go up and you know, you make a play, and you and Zach connected well on that, which was obviously really exciting to see.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Well, looking ahead into next week. What are you most excited about?
I'm just really excited to get another chance. You know, play football. We got Hanover. It'll be a really good matchup, and then just bring the guys together and give it our all, and come out with the W.
All right, awesome. Well, thanks for coming on.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, well, it was good having Duffy, on the show. Definitely glad, he's done a great job, here in his first year with the program. Bringing a good presence to the offense, to the team. Excited to see how he continues to develop, throughout the season. So,
Sir, I agree. I agree.
Well, as we kind of turn the page, move on to next week. We've got another home game. Got Hanover this week. Excited to get back after it. As we just continue through the season. Finally, it feels like fall outside. Feels like football season. The weather's starting to change. It's that part of the year where you really got to dig deep, and it's a lot about toughness. And so I think that this is going to be a tough week in the sense of it's a tough opponent. They play hard. They play fast. They play physical. We've got to be able to bring that same brand of football here this week.
Yep. You're 100% right. I truly believe the toughest team, the team that fly around the fastest, they got a really good chance of winning on top of executing. So hopefully it's us this weekend. We got to put together a good week. You talked about it feeling like fall. I know we checked the weather report this week. Right now we got 50, and it's feeling all of 50. Mm-hmm. And then on Saturday it's supposed to be 75 again. So hopefully our guys can make it through the week. I know a couple guys gonna roll into Saturday with the sniffles and all that type of stuff. So like I said, hopefully the guys just do a good job of taking care of themselves and dressing properly, throughout the week. Especially those guys from down south. I know when it got cold last year, we had guys in hand warmers and looking all crazy.
We had that yesterday, and it was 50 degrees outside.
Shoot, we had somebody wear a hand warmer on Saturday, and it was 80. So.
I watched this. I won't say who it was, but I watched the 7-on-7 rep yesterday where both their arms were in their shorts, like this. Yeah. And I was like, dog, it's not even that cold out, man.
It's a fireable offense right there.
That is a fireable offense, for sure.
So, but yeah, looking forward to see how we get after it this week, and so we can get after it this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Are you waiting for me to say something?
Yeah.
Oh. I think kind of to hit on some of your points, too, I think just offensively, both offenses really had to play well. I think that their offense is obviously very explosive. Can put up a lot of points, so we have to match that on our side. But I'm excited to see just kind of how our defense can react, how hard their defense is going to react. So I think it'll be a good matchup.
Yeah, it's going to be a good test for both of us.
Yep.
Similar defense to Mount St. Joe from the structure and the play style and everything. So it's kind of like a give back. I can kind of know what to see, what to expect, and like I said, we should be able to go out there and execute on some things that we might have missed out on last week.
Yep. No.
For sure. Well, good. Appreciate everybody, tuning in with us, and excited to, join you guys back next week for a special episode, Halloween episode, finishing off, the month of October here. But definitely, glad to be able to kind of give a little bit of insight into how things are going here and how we do things.
Yes, sir. Peace out.